You know, I have to apologize for looking so shitty. I actually stayed up all night long to watch Bethesda's E3's press conference, and you know what? I feel betrayed for staying up so long, only getting something of this quality. It was not good. It was actually pretty bad. So this entire video will just be me running through everything really quickly, as their presentation was really quick, thank God. Yeah, so if you saw the previous press conference video I made of Microsoft, I showed gameplay of stuff. I won't do it here, because if they're not gonna show any quality in my videos, I don't have to either. So let's just quickly go through everything. So when Bethesda started, they started with a small montage of how amazing they are, like they did last year, only this time they didn't really have anything to show for it. With a small montage video of why the people who work there love their work, and why their children love their parents for working there. Okay? And then they jumped straight into Bethesda Land, the land where everything you love, and it was stupid. I remember seeing the visual they used of a theme park-like-esque thing. You know, up north you can see Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls world. To the right, left you can see Arcane Studios' Dishonored world. It was very much like a theme park, and you had this voiceover, because the entire thing, the entire press conference, was a video. It was a Nintendo Direct style video, so I don't understand why they are here. It's like they said, okay, we had 2 amazing press conferences, you know, the 2 last years, we just have to do it again. So I don't know, they did not care about quality. But anyway, they jumped straight into VR games, and I thought they would show us something amazing, and all they showed us was Doom VFR. I don't know what the VF stand for, virtual fighting reality or something, I don't know. And it looked cool. You play as this robot, it seems like. You're not playing as Doom guy, you play as someone else, and you kind of move around with one of, it was the HTC Vive, that's what it's called, right? Where one of the hand controller you can move around with teleporting areas, and you have the right to shoot guns. I think you have left as well, but it seems like you only had the right one. So that was there. They didn't show too much of it, and what they showed, I don't have a virtual reality set, so I don't know, it didn't really make me want to get one. Then they jumped straight into Fallout 4 VR. We already knew about it, so, and that's a theme they have here, we already knew about it. And yeah, here it is. You can play Fallout 4 on VR. Alright. Then they had Morrowind, the Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind at the expansion pack, and they started out with a reaction to the reveal trailer for that expansion. Did that come out straight? I don't know, I'm really tired. Where you can see YouTubers just kind of react to the trailer, and then you see another smaller trailer, and that was about it. We already knew about this expansion pack, and it's already out. It's out right now, so I don't know, it wasn't anything new, it wasn't E3 worthy, to be honest, and they didn't really talk about anything special. All they said was, yes, there have been 10 million players who've been playing this game, but they didn't say how many people are playing it right now. It's a good game, I do like Elder Scrolls Online, but I don't know, the trailer and the whole time in the E3 conference, yeah, it didn't work. Okay, then they went into a really dark place. And this is one of the reasons why I really dislike this presentation. They have something called Bethesda's Creation Club, and it's the fact that apparently now the developers and other side developers, you know, from other areas, and high profile modders in the community can now make mods to Skyrim and Fallout and take real money for it. Didn't we go through this once with Steam Workshop? Didn't that kind of burn in their faces? And you're gonna make mods that we are gonna pay for? Like, it's not fully... I don't know, they didn't say anything. It's like, here, I made this gun with a different color scheme. give me money, or will there be quality behind it? How much money are we talking about? Who's gonna make the mods, and why shouldn't I, as a player, a consumer, wait for another modder to pretty much mod the exact same thing, only with different bells and whistles, and use that instead of something you have to pay for? And again, paying for mods for Skyrim, a 6-year-old game? When they kind of went into that, and again, it was quick, the entire conference, everything was just flying by at full speed, so I don't know anything about it, so it left a bad taste in my mouth, and because of it, everything else just didn't pull me back. Luckily, the entire presentation was about, I think, a bit less than 30 minutes, bit unsure, if you only look at the video part of the segment, as the intro and the outro was pretty much, hey, we make awesome games. Hey, everything we talk about now will come out this year. That was a good thing. Everything, you've heard about and will hear more about will come out this year. That's good, but there aren't anything that I'm screaming in joy of. Continuing with Elder Scrolls Legends, the card game, will have an expansion called, I don't know if it's an expansion, but they will get more stuff into it, called Heroes of Skyrim. I saw a female Dragonborn in there. I did play it a lot at the beginning. I was really hyped for the card game, but it did not really hold my attention for that long. Not because of the game itself. Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft, didn't keep my interest, and Gwent is the only game that I want to try out, actually. Maybe the expansion will make me return to try it out, but they will also get it on iPhone and Android, so that's fun. And continuing again with the Elder Scrolls motif, Skyrim on Switch, 6-year-old game. In one way, I'm happy that it's kind of proof that Bethesda will make stuff for the Switch as well. But it's a 6-year-old game. They did show that you can use the Joy-Cons as motion controls, and I want to try it out. But again, I'm not going to buy it, so I can't try it out unless a friend of mine gets it. It's really not. I don't know what I expected. We knew about the game. We knew it was coming out for Switch, so why show it here? And they showed us that it will have amiibo functionality. They showed, using the Breath of the Wild Link amiibo on the Switch with Skyrim, and the Breath of the Wild chests, very much like, the ones in the game, came out, and you would get the Master Sword and Link's champion tunic, not the regular green tunic, the champion's tunic, the green, blue one. And for one side, I'm like, oh, that's cool. For another side, those are already mods on online. Those are already mods. I don't know why they did that. I would be more impressed if they did something really cool, which they didn't. They just share some stuff that players have made before, years ago, I think, probably. So yeah, that Skyrim on Switch. I won't get it. I've played Skyrim for too long. I have it on PlayStation 3, PC, and I have the Ultimate Edition on PC as well. So, okay, now we come to the more interesting stuff. It kind of ended with a couple of more interesting games. Dishonored 2, expansion pack, DLC. The Death of the Outsider. So, very story-oriented, it seems. Killing the black-eyed bastard. And you will play as Billy Lurk, apparently. With him. Damn him. Yeah, they didn't show any gameplay, they just showed a CG trailer, and because of that, I don't know, I want the gameplay. It seems like the main character has a mechanical limb now, which clearly shows us that some chaos-oriented choices happened in the original game, which means that I can finally start working on my In the Mind of Emily, maybe. The reason, just for those who kind of wonder why I haven't made that yet, it's because I need information, and information can only be found after more information about the game has come out. Now it's too open. There aren't any pieces of evidence showing decisions being made. But now we have evidence, so I might return to that. So yeah, Dishonored 2 DLC expansion pack. I'll try it out, definitely. I love the game. Only CG trailer didn't impress me. Sorry about all the I'm really tired. Quake Champions, it's arena shooter like the good old days. They want to make it competitive again. You can now play as BJ Blazkowicz. I think that's it. They will have a world championship on QuakesCon. And QuakesCon, I think it's called. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. That's all. They showed us a bit gameplay. I don't know much about the game. We already knew it was coming out. So we have that. The Evil Within 2. I never played the first Evil Within, a sequel. This one being a sequel. Only CG again. They showed really interesting creative designs for some of the bad guys. I think one enemy had like a pictograph or a picture, camera head. And I saw something that looked really similar. It was really quick, but similar to the Bottlehead nurses from Silent Hill. I hope it will be good. I did not really care about the first one, but if they show us a world that's really cool, interesting, and intriguing, I might check it out. But again, I hold no interest in the Evil Within series, so I need to see more gameplay. There was some gameplay only in the end, but it was a really small portion, and it was only to kind of show, hey, look at all the ways you can die, it seemed like. Okay, then we come to one thing that actually did kind of interest me. Wolfenstein II, the new Colossus. Again, too much CG trailer, but in between the CG segments, they had cutscenes in-game and gameplay. And Bethesda were the ones that kind of brought me back into the shooter with their Doom game and Wolfenstein New Order. Wolfenstein. But I noticed that it was quite similar in a couple of stuff. We have what was her name again? Angle Brown. You're in a position, exact same position, only instead of the Dr. Death kind of character from the first game. You're with the Nazi lady. You know, she looks down on you. You probably have to make another decision. It looked really similar. You had another point where you're in a milkshake shop, where a Nazi comes in and asks for a strawberry milkshake. That was horrible. Again, it kind of reminds. I don't want it to be too similar to the first one. But you can ride one of those mechanical doggos. You know, that spews fire. And it comes out this October. I think that's everything. Yeah, wait, the main character, Blazkowicz, I don't know why, you know, how he survived, you know, considering everything, but he's now in a super armor. A very mechanical armor. The head of the armored helmet kind of reminded me of Buckethead from UK. You know, you should know who that is. If you follow politics. I'm a bit worried. I don't want it too futuristic. I mean, it is kind of a futuristic game, you know, with Nazis taking over, but I don't know. I don't want it too Iron Man-y. But it's I like Wolfenstein, so I know I will get it. But they showed us a bit too little gameplay again. But again, they showed us something interesting. So that's it. That's the ending. He did come out. Pete Hines did come out in the end to say everything you've seen will come out this year. That's good. But here's everything, every game that they talked about. Doom VR. I've already played Doom. I don't have VR set, so I'm not going to try it out unless I get a VR set. Not going to happen in the near future. Fallout 4 VR. I've played the heck out of Fallout 4. I'm tired of that game. So already 2 games that are VR. Not interested. Morrowind. It's already out. The expansion pack for Elder Scrolls Online. I will try it out later. But again, why did they show it here? I don't get it. The Creation Club, which was a stab in the freaking heart. Use real money on games for, you know, small mods rather than real DLC. Real stupid. Elder Scrolls Legends. I think it was an expansion pack. I don't know, they didn't really make that clear. Heroes of Skyrim, but new cards will come out and it will be out on phones, or iPhone and Android, they aren't really phones. You know, people call them phones, but they aren't. They're mini computers, but whatever. Moving on, Skyrim on Switch. I'm not even going to talk about that. Death of the Outsider, Dishonored. I like Dishonored, but I don't know, just CG didn't do anything for me. Happy it'll come out this year. Damn you, Dowd. Quake Champions. We knew it was coming out earlier. You know, we knew about it. And we knew, and just a bit back, we knew about Skyrim, we knew about Fallout 4 VR, we knew about Morrowind, we knew about everything. That's the problem. There was nothing here to really surprise us. The only thing were the two last ones, and their sequels. The Evil Within 2, that I hold no kind of pre-love for, and Wolfenstein II, that I do hold the love for, but after everything before that, it did not really, it's really dark on my video. Whatever. I don't care. You'll survive. Yeah. Did not like it. Really bad. They only cared about their own amazingness at the beginning. They showed us only stuff we already knew about. Nothing new aside from sequels. 2 new sequels. And the Doom VR thing. You have to buy for mod? No. I don't care. I'm tired. I'm really exhausted. I want to go to bed. The score below average. I gave that video isn't out yet, but I gave EA. I'm just gonna spoil it here. I don't care. I gave EA a 5 out of 10. It was completely harmless. This one harmed me, and it was really. It was too Nintendo Direct. Nintendo Direct have perfected that formula. You haven't, Bethesda. Why did you show this? The 4, but I would give it a 4 out of 10. But considering that they had that club thing where you have to pay for mods, I'll give it a 3. Screw it. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Next video will, I think it's either Ubisoft or Sony. Yeah. Sorry about this negativity here, but I'm really tired and I have to wait up for this long for just this game. Press conference. I need to take a shower, it seems. Yeah, I really do. Sorry about all this. Bye.